run that back. Like I said, this was the night T.I. dropped this Dime Trap album, and they was previewing the song that him and Lucci got together. It's called Pray For Me. I guess that's the message right about now. Pray for Lucci, pray for us black men, and pray for our culture, and pray that we can make it up out of this spell that is put up on us right about now. You know, I love this whole situation. I'm there to support. I wish the best of everything, but it's just kind of crazy because we're in a trap house, you know, and everything around there is catered to trap, selling dope and stuff, and not come from that environment, you know, Columbus, Georgia, you know, where kids start selling crack at 11 and 12 years old, you know, and stuff. And I ain't removed from there. You know, I was in middle school when I experienced the art of trying to sell some crack, and it just didn't work out. You know, one reason it didn't work out is because I was on and around smokers during the summertime. You know, when we went back down to Columbus, I moved to Atlanta, but the suburbs of Atlanta, when I was in third grade, and I ended up, you know, every summer going back down there. But like I said, that's a community where smokers are around us. You know, they're out there, they're in our families, they just around us and stuff. So, you know, it like our first learning experience of driving a car was inside the car of a smoker that then gave us his car. We gave him some crack, and he let us ride in his car for some hours. You know, that was our first experience in riding around in a car, you know, trying to drive a car. Let me say it like that, you know. That was my first and stuff. So I get the culture of selling crack. I honestly do, and I get it. And you know, I guess I was one of the blessed ones because I could play football. So when it's two situations that ran me away from selling crack. Like I said, I was just down around that during the summertime. So during regular school year, you know, I'm in Kanye in a whole nother situation. So I'm not saying no smokers. It wasn't no supply and demand for that and stuff. So I count my blessings in that area that I wasn't able to see that all the time and stuff. But I still had the option to choose because it was a way. I had the option to choose, you know. But what I'm trying to sit here and say is pray for us in that culture and get the kids to understand that times are changing now. You know, the drugs out there, they're more powerful. They're being more tampered with. More people trying to learn how to cook it, and they use more substance and stuff that's not good, and they don't know what they're mixing together. So it's more dangerous. Yeah, you just got to survive it, and a lot of people's not surviving these situations and stuff. So that's the crazy part about it. So pray for them, and the people that got to go through that situation and learn. Because I don't want to preach long out about that and everything and selling crack and how destructive our culture is. I don't want to preach on that. That's not the message. I want to sit there and more get to pray for Lucci and that situation. You know, our culture, we filled with so much violence and crab mentality and trying to prove we hard. Those are some mixed up combinations, and when you start combining them together, it makes a trap for a decent brother to be able to get up out of. You know, it's hard to get up out of. I get it. You and somebody that might be messing with the same female and just that fast, y'all two don't like each other. So now, boom, words have changed. I get that part. I get how fast that can kind of go left and stuff. We dealing with money. I get that two people they linked up and they're not doing shady business with each other, but they're your homeboy and that's his homeboy. So now you got to ride with your homeboy. I honestly do. I get that from our culture. I do. I know how fast that situation can spiral out of control, and you be caught up in the middle of it. So it's very tricky in so many ways. So you got to pray for us and our young black man and stuff. I pray for Lucci that his whole situation goes down. You know, my input on it is gonna be hard to explain because I don't want to put a lot of information out there in the community. You know, I live in, you know, well, I ain't say live, but we got an office in a building over there in the Summer Hill community. So, you know, we really can see and hear and understand what's going on in the community for real, and everything. And all I know is if 2 or 3 or 4 people identify with a common group and they out here moving around, getting into it with each other, or for whatever reason, we don't know who right and who wrong. We just don't know, or we don't even care to know. All we know is that certain acts is viewed as wrong and stuff, and it's most definitely wrong if you bring people in it that's not involved in it. You know, especially in the communities. You know, especially when it comes to that gun violence and that shooting, man. You missing the wrong and hitting all the wrong stuff. You know, people don't want that around. So I'm telling you, 1,001 reasons how mistakes and situations can spiral out of control, and we got to pray for our young black man to be able to catch it ahead of time, like think like 4 or 5 steps ahead and stuff. I don't need to. It's like me driving a car and stuff, and I'm going 100 miles per hour, and I know 40 miles ahead of me, I mean, not 40 miles, but a good 40 yards ahead of me is a barrier in front of me. So I got to stop. Now, it shouldn't take me a long time to think about all my conditions. I'm supposed to be able to record all my conditions within a reasonable amount of time. What are my conditions? How good are my brakes? How good are my tires? Is it raining? Is it just too fast? And is it coming up? You know, am I going just too fast? I'm supposed to know all of those within a reasonable amount of time. And if I know that ahead of time, I can make the proper decision. That's what I want us to start thinking. Like, we need to think proactive, like ahead of time, and not be reactive and stuff. And the only way we can do that is through knowledge, and that comes from listening to people who have been there, been ahead of us. They done tried it. They knows the booby traps, and they're gonna tell it to us. And don't think that we're better and we can overcome that. That's a very misconception. But I ain't gonna talk out y'all, man. Like I said, this is the Dime Trap situation with T.I. when he released his album and everything. I'm working T.I. Get a chance, man. Support independent black company, man. Let me get some exclusive interviews. I don't want much from you, just some exclusive interviews. When you got some stuff that you want to get off on your heart, give it to black media. Let me get some of that extra exposure. You know, we can sit down and talk about life and talk to a real brother that Project Boy, like I said, that selling crack. Like they didn't. The community wouldn't even allow me to touch it. Like you know, at the age of 13, 14, yeah, you got a chance to go out of the way. You 8th grade, they told me that you're a beast at that sport. You can go out of the way. You don't need to be touching no crack. That stuff get in your skin. You get in your skin. If they drug test you, it's gonna show up. So you don't need to be touching it. We'll hold it for you. If you want to do it, we'll hold it for you. And yeah. But with that being said, T.I., support, man. If you get a chance, support and give me a chance. Let me shoot one of them music videos for you, man. Yeah, let me shoot one of them music videos for you. But once again, this T.I. Free that boy Lucci. Tiny back there too, supporting a man. That's something that, we got to preach on too, speak on too in the black community, man. I love it, man. I love it. She's supporting a man. She's standing behind her man. I seen somebody say the other day, the first time that they met T.I., he pulled up with Tiny. And they was like, how did this Escape girl from Escape, as big as she is, because they were big, Escape, real big. Come on, man. Yeah, Escape real big and stuff, And she's just been down with him. We need more of that. Ladies out there, we need more of that. If your man got a dream and it's not there, but he's a good man, two people can make it better than one. Help that man. Help him and stuff. But this is Grind. We signing out. Support, Grind, subscribe.